what's coming out of my mouth was, "This isn't living," you know. And it took a minute. Actually, it took another going to jail, and somehow I like to say I had this moment of clarity where something greater than myself, divine, if you will, put it right there in front of me, and I couldn't deny it. This was my life. This is who I am. This is where I'm going, which at that point in time was 16 years in a penitentiary. I was a worthless father. You know, there was no way around it. Everything I touched turned to shit. And it was in my face, and I couldn't say it was anything but that. Mm-hmm. And then I checked myself in a turning point. And,
Grand Rapids?
Hey, you know, hard knock.
Yeah.
This was the option, too, is I had good insurance through my employer back then. So I had an option. So I called Grand Rapids, and I got someplace in Florida from this 1-800 number.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's what's funny. So the 1-800 number, I call, and I get this place in Florida. They're like, "Oh, yeah, man, let's check out your insurance. Is this?" And, "Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, listen, we'll pay for your ticket down.
Yep.
We can only give you a one-way ticket down, but you'll have your own living quarters. We have daily massage therapists here, good food, this, that. You've got views of the ocean." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know you don't really know me from Adam, but I'm a hard knock, hardcore dude. I don't need no candy ass, pampered rehab. I'm looking for the Salvation Army. I have to let you go." And I hung up the phone, and I got back to the Salvation Army. They said they could take me at 9 o'clock in the morning, which was another thing. I needed to go now.
Right.
I was out on bond. The day before that, I signed one of those bond sheets, you know, that says, "I will not do this. I will not do this. I will not do this. I will not do this." On down the line of about, 27 different things that I said I would not do. And then I signed it. And I left that jail, and I did at least 50% of the shit on that sheet that I said I wouldn't do. And I realized that if I didn't find somewhere to go and change my life, that I was going to do the same thing I'd been doing until they arrested me again, revoked my bond, I caught another charge, and I locked myself in to spend the next however many long years in the penitentiary, which I really didn't want to do, but I was prepared for that. So this was my goal at that point in time, was I didn't want to be a dope fiend anymore. I wanted to not be caught up in the grips of addiction, and I counted on going to prison because, like my chronic relapses, I was a chronic relapser on going to jail too. So the habitual offender thing definitely fits this guy, and I was confident I was going to prison. I didn't want to do it strung up on dope. So it didn't even matter to me that I was going to prison. I figured I was. What mattered was that I was clear, mind, body, and soul. And I stuck with that, dude. You know what happened? I didn't go to prison at all. I ended up getting like 90 days or 45 days on SoberLink of all things. And I'm like, this is like my 7th and 8th drug charge. Note that I'm saying 7th and 8th drug charge. And they put me on a 45-day SoberLink. So I had to blow in a breathalyzer 6 times a day for 45 days. Never once been in jail for a drinking offense. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and the reason I'm saying that is because it wasn't me. What I did was I went to meetings. I did the next right thing. I changed my life. That's all I was doing, was trying to change my life. I didn't, like I said, I was confident I was going to the joint. So that wasn't my concern. And as the time went by, I was fighting the case, because at this point in time, I'm not going to just go to jail anymore. Before it was, I was guilty and I knew it. So I'm like, yeah, oh shucks, you guys got me again. Go ahead and slap me in the face with the charge. Now I'm like, I don't give a damn if my hands are all bloody and there's a body in the back seat. I'm not guilty. You get hard. You go to jail enough times, you start to get hardened by it. You know what I'm saying? So I was to that point, and so I was fighting it, and I took the course of a summer. I went in front of 3 different judges. And by the time I got to the last one, it was like they saw the change in me. I didn't even see it yet, but they saw the change in me, and they're like, that's what brought that on. So I had a pretty hefty fines and costs that I had to pay, and then the SoberLink thing. And I was very grateful for that, the whole experience, because honest to God, dude, that's what brought me in this time to my recovery today, and I have not stopped chasing my recovery since. And like I said, today is better than yesterday. It hasn't changed. It keeps getting better.
So relapse for sure was a part of your recovery.
Absolutely.
And it is for some people. And like Meghan said, like you got to learn. And what you did was you learned through those. And I was going through relapse, and I would wake up, the guilt, the shame, like, oh, I can't believe I promised so many people. I would rather just die.
Yep.
I'd rather just die. I wish I would have drank I wish I would have never woke up. Which clearly I didn't wish I didn't wake up. I just wish I didn't make that choice to pick up, or to not deal with those emotions the right way. But I had to go through it, man. And each time I did learn a little bit more. Maybe you learned a little quicker. Well, I don't know about quicker, but maybe you learned a little harder than I did. But eventually, for me, and I can't, and this is something else. I want your guys' opinion on this. You hear that you're never supposed to say, like for me, I'm never supposed to say, I'm never going to drink again.
Right.
Because if you say that, then when you drink again, then it's going to be, bad, and you're going to, okay, well, I drink again. And how about, what's your opinion on me saying, and this is just your opinion, I'm going to take it or leave it. I'm probably going to leave it unless it agrees with my thinking. But my new approach is, no, I'm not going to drink again. There you go.
Right.
'Cause I'm like you, well, sort of, Uriah. Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
Well, that's something else that happens, too, with this recovery thing is pretty much working a program, of a 12-step program, applying the tools of Smart Recovery, taking the pathway of Life Ring, all these different pathways, even Refuge, all of them are steps to becoming a better person. And in that, we gain some things like self-respect, integrity, cash register honesty. When we say we're going to do something, we do it instead of just talking shit. It's just how it is. So I think that and I get that. The reason they say that is because honestly, for me, I can never forget that I am an addict or an alcoholic. And that's another thing too. I want to say too. When I'm at an AA meeting, I'm at an AA meeting, so I'll say I'm an alcoholic. It took a long time for me to get to this point, with a lot of strife from a lot of different people. But today, I don't shit on the tables that I'm sitting at. So if I'm at an AA meeting, I say I'm at an AA meeting. If I'm at a recovery event, I'm Uriah in long-term recovery, and for me, that means And then, like if I'm at an NA meeting, I'm an addict. But there's stigma that comes with that stuff, but there's also this. When I say that I'm an alcoholic or I'm an addict, then I'm at that point in time becoming a little bit humble. And if I'm a humble person, then I'm teachable. If I'm not, if my ego is running the show and I got pride, guess what? I'm fucked. And that's just the way it is. No matter where I'm at, what I'm doing, what pathway I take, you know what I'm saying? These tools all take us to the same place. All the different pathways take us to recovery, And in recovery, there's these, that's what it is.
So you're saying I should stop saying, "Hi, I'm Corey. I'm a cool motherfucker."
I'm never gonna drink, motherfucker.
No,
never ever stop saying that. Hi, I'm Corey. I'm a cool motherfucker. All right, ever.
That's why I say at those meetings. I'll be like,
no,
I'm
that's
in recovery,
cool.
But people can, in my opinion, say what you need to say. I mean, if you want to say, you're, hey man, it's
that's
your
the truth,
program,
too.
bro.
That's the truth.
If that's what you feel like, but you're right. Some people look at you, but dude, you should see some of the stuff I do in meetings. You would just probably leave. I had Ryan.
You should see the shit we do at meetings.
Okay,
dude, I do some shit that's just not right.
We're gonna do a meeting tonight, because okay, let me just brace you. You don't want no 217 stuff up in your meetings. Let me tell you, we play a game where I give him something to do, we gave the other guy something to do. We all give each other something to do, like a mission. Well, I gave Ryan an option, and he's lucky because it could have been just one. It could have been one-sided. I told him, all right, here's what you have to do, and the loser, if you didn't do it right, you had to buy pizza later.
Okay.
And we like to eat pizza.
I like this game. Tell me more.
It's delicious pizza. So I told Ryan, and we didn't tell each other until we were about to walk in, so we didn't have time to plan or nothing. So I shoot him a text, and I was like, hey, bro. I was like, you got to read the lyrics to either Into the Night by Benny Mardones or whatever his name is. If you ever heard that song. It's a pedophile song. Yeah, he's like,
oh my God.
She's just 16 years old. And he's like going into it, he's like, into the night. And the video is even creepier. He's like this 40-year-old man looking in this girl's window. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. So the entire lyrics, he had to read them. And say that a buddy of mine, we had this relationship. This song explains everything. And he just had to go through the whole lyrics. And if somebody tried to stop him, he'd be like, oh, hold on, I'm almost done. And then just keep on going. And, or the I'm Rednecker Than You song. Lyrics to that. So he reads that whole damn song, the I'm Rednecker Than You.
That's a much better choice than a pedophile song.
Yeah, he looked at the first one and was like, whoa, looking at his face, was like, oh, shit. But then when he got the other one, he just kind of shook his head, and then he's like, I got a buddy of mine, we got this song, and but the whole time, the people in the meeting were like, what in the F is going on? Like, who is this guy? And then one guy was about to stop him, and it was, dude, I was dying. Like, my face, I hadn't laughed that hard in forever. My cheeks were just, like, hurting.
Holy cow.
Because he just powered through it, man, and it was just so awkward. So if you want some of that tonight, we'll go to a
this
meeting.
day and age, you're very fortunate to be able to pull that kind of shit off, because I can tell you this, like with AA meetings that you were used to coming to prior to moving away, those guys didn't play. Like, you would start doing something like that, and they would.
Well, I worked in there. I was like, yeah, my buddy, we have this.
Oh yeah, you don't know what
thing going,
you just think
so
this guy's weird.
Really makes me want to drink. So this explains it best. I just read that.
We set it up good. You have no idea. You just
That's
think,
awesome.
You just think this dude's lost his mind. You know, I mean, and then after the meeting, they're like, "What was that?" And we're like, "Yeah, we were playing games." And now they get it. Like, you're playing games again, aren't you?
You're right. I think we
great.
got to take a road trip. We got to come up.
I
go to a
think
meeting with
we're
these
gonna have
guys,
to.
so
See,
we're
this
gonna
is
have to
cool
check
because
out,
this is something else too. Is like this. I love going to meetings everywhere I go. Like, that's one of the most important things when I do a road trip or I go to some other state or something. I look up meetings and I go there as I want to meet different people. And people in recovery are recovery capital to me, and I love that. Right. So the more people I have that are in recovery in my life, the better off, or the better my chances are of remaining in recovery. You know what I mean? So having the opportunity to come to wherever you guys are and go to meetings is definitely awesome. I didn't know you were there, dude. If I knew you were there, I'd have been looking for meetings every time I passed through. I got family in Mackinac, so it's like, you know, at least twice a year, I'm going to Mackinac and getting frickin' fudge. You know,
is that what we call them now? Or is that just kind of the girls you date?
Yeah.
We're not going there either.
Not right now, anyway.
We only got 2 minutes, but I want to thank you guys though for coming on the podcast with me. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
And thanks for having this event, man. This was very cool. Can't wait to come next year. We got the invite
for sure,
already.
man.
I mean,
that's awesome.
It's pretty sweet, man.
This is great, man.
We'll do a good time. And yeah, if you guys are ever up there, want to come up, we got a coupon for Best Western. If you want to roll through, I think we might have a Best Western up there that hadn't burned down yet.
Maybe we'll share a room.
I was going to say, can we have 2 coupons, please?
Get some fudge, dog. Make sure you're coming on that trip. All right. And my mom's like, gosh, Corey, stop it, you pervert. My mom calls me a pervert.
Well, you know, she fits.
She met Ryan last night. She's like, oh, Ryan, you're the nice one. Corey, you're the pervert.
She listens to your podcast, too.
Yeah. Her and his sister both, and that's about it, I think.
Well, you know, pudding. Pudding is definitely...
Pudding what? Where?
One of the tools for pervert.
Pudding?
Pudding. Just think about it.
I asked where you'd be putting stuff, but I don't know if that was what you meant, or if you meant like pudding, like
pudding.
Like
many could use that in many different ways. I never even thought about that. I was thinking of like chocolate pudding.
Pops.
Yes, it's all in the pudding.
Yeah.
So, what's in the pudding? My spoon
I'm
is
speechless.
in the pudding.
I'm just speechless over here.
Yeah. Well, call your friends up. We're having a party at Best Western tonight. It's a pudding party. They like pudding. I know they do. You know those girls. Come on, hook us up. No, just kidding. Just kidding, Mom. Sarah, stop. Sarah's laughing. Sarah's like, I can't believe this is going on.
She's trying
the recovery. We told these people they could come here. Now she's about to spit her Snickers on us. She's so disgusted. She's just like, oh. No, but thanks to Kathy, thanks to Linda, Uriah, thank you, Sarah, thank you, Megan, thank you, Ryan, thank you for coming.
Yeah,
and
thank you guys
saving
for
the
coming.
table. And yeah, it was a good time, man. Really appreciate it. And if this is your first time listening, appreciate that too. Check out more of our podcasts. You might like some of them, you might hate some of them, but we got like 124 to choose from. So there's some that you'll like and some that you'll hate. That's just life. So deal with that. But thanks for your support. Like us, share us, however you're listening. That way, when we upload new episodes, you can be aware of it immediately. So until mañana, see ya.